Hi everybody. Well, I've got 14 minutes and 11 seconds. I did my whole vlog this morning, and when I listened to it back to start editing it, the sound didn't come through. I bought a new little gadget, which is this little microphone, and so I had to pack it up. The power went off from 8 till 10:30. So I had to pack it up while the power was off, and I went quickly to the mall where I bought it, and he said it was a setting. And I'm actually going to stop and just listen back now. And because my whole work session this morning ended up in absolute silence. When I played the video back, there was no sound. You can imagine my joy. But I had to go out for some fresh bread in any case, so on the way back I quickly stopped at the Checkers in Lorraine, and I bought some bread. I really, McDavid actually said the same. 2 little bread rolls. Really, I think it rated as one of the best bread rolls I've ever had. She didn't know what it was. I pointed to her behind the counter through the glass that I wanted that. She said that it was some panini, I don't know, no, it wasn't a panini, some roll. And then the other girl said, no, there's chicken in. But she had it already in the bag and weighed it. So I said, oh, just give it to me. And so I actually paid for 2 rolls what's supposed to have chicken in. Obviously, if there's meat in the mix, it will be much, much more expensive. But when I got home, there was no chicken in, thank goodness, because I thought there was no chicken in. It didn't look like something that had chicken in. And but I think I paid for something that's supposed to have chicken in. But I was grateful that there wasn't any chicken in, and it was delicious. I'm going to put the photograph. And then my neighbor brought me some spinach just now. I'm blessed. You know that she's got this mini agricultural system going there at her house. This is really a good bunch of spinach. What I wanted to do was, I have decided that I was going to make one plant-based dish every week. I bought a stack of vegan cookbooks, and I've never made a single recipe out of it. I have been working off YouTube all the time. And I can tell you that I'm never happy with the YouTube recipes. When I taste it, I must always tweak it. That's why I've developed all my own recipes for everything that I make. I will give the people credit for the cookbook and that it's their recipe, and I will then test the recipes out of these cookbooks that I bought, of which I've never made a single one. Out of the one little book, I think there's one smoothie that I will make. Everything else I'm not interested in. There's about 5 or 6 recipes out of this second book that I am busy with. But now I will have to change. I will have to find something with spinach, because I'm not going to waste the spinach. It is absolutely fantastic. I'm so forgetful. I forgot to put the ring light on, and yes. So I had to take about a week break of shooting any videos because I got bitten twice by a mosquito here on my eye bank here. It zapped me twice, and it swelled up so much that the whole eyelid was sort of drooping over my eye. So I had to wait for that to go down. I have a lot of mosquitoes. I suppose if you have a garden, then that's what you're in for. I've got a lot of watering holes around my property, bird baths and water holes where the ducks and the dogs and the chickens can drink water. And I suppose some plants retain water in the flower. I just have mosquitoes. Now, which part is sticking out? This part. So I am bitten here on my arms, the top part of my chest, and my face got a beating, but my eyelid, especially this eyelid, got zapped badly. I do have these peaceful sleep little mats that you put into the wall plugs, and they work like a bomb. But I still have the odd mosquito, and then obviously my window is always open so that the cats can come in and out. So I live with my mosquito problem. They must just stay away from my eyes, because it was just, I didn't look good. Not at all. Then I have decided to stop my statin medication. I'm still drinking the little heart tablet, but I didn't do good on the statin, and it wasn't going to do me any good to try and force the process on and think that my system was going to get used to it. I was just getting progressively sicker and sicker. So I have decided that I will accept my fate, and I have this high cholesterol and the heart problem that's going with it. They cannot treat me properly for my heart problem because I cannot drink the Ecotrin, which is the blood thinner. So I got allergic to that. So we tried the Bayer's heart dispirin. It went well for 3 or 4 weeks. Then I started to get some terrible side effects on that. So we had to stop that. So it seems like I am sensitive to aspirin. So I can't drink that. I can't drink the clopidogrel. I told the story in my video on heart attacks. So I was on Effient because I cannot drink the blood thinners. Effient is actually antiplatelet, but we thought that we will keep me on the Effient. But during COVID, the manufacturing company in Canada that manufactures Effient closed down. Effient was taken off the market, so I couldn't get hold of Effient anymore, so I can't drink Effient. And the statins it's actually a combination of the 2 statins and the Cardicor that caused my whole stomach intestinal lining problem. So I was taken off all my medication, reintroduced the statin, 2 weeks ago, and it just made me sick. So I decided to stop it, and I must say I am feeling much, much, much better. But of course now my risk of getting a heart attack is sky high, and I just thought that I would look at it like a cancer patient. A lot of the cancer patients decide that they're not going to carry on with treatment because the treatment makes them feel so sick, and that they want quality life for the last bit that they still have. And I have decided that I must just look at myself in the same light, that it doesn't help that I drink this stuff to prevent me from getting a heart attack, and I'm lying in bed all the time. I can't use my arms, I can't use my legs. I'm feeling so sick. It's affecting my head, it's affecting everything. And I've got absolutely no quality of life. So I'm not just now accepting that. Whatever must happen, must happen. I am a great believer in that if it's your time, it's your time. I might not even die of a heart attack. I might die in a car accident. I am filled with phobias, as you know. I'm phobic about speed. You can't drive too fast with me in the car. I go frantic. I am frightened of flying. That's why I never go anywhere. I'm frightened of the sea. So I will never go on a luxury boat trip. My sister will tell you, I used to love boogie boarding and riding the waves. Now I'm scared of the waves, and I'm scared of the sharks. I'm basically just scared, which is so stupid, but I am. And where did I get my heart attack? I got my heart attack in my bed while I was sleeping. You would have thought that it would have changed my whole mindset, yet it has just made my phobics so much more. Crazy, I know, but that is my cross that I'm carrying and bearing in life. And so that is my it. I do look after my diet. I did go onto a plant-based diet for 7 years, which really, really helped with my cholesterol in combination with the medication. But now I've developed the stomach and the intestinal lining problem, and that hasn't been sorted out completely. It seems like that's a lifelong process, or a very long healing process. And so the stuff that you eat, like beans, is supposed to be very good as a natural cholesterol lowering agent, and also soy. But I can't eat beans. A lot of the stuff that you eat on a plant-based diet, I am a little bit sensitive to at the moment, and my stomach and my colon is not doing well on it. So at this point in time, it's experimentation and a huge balancing act. But it is what it is, and I'm not going to stress over that so much anymore. Then I just want to quickly summarize. I made a summary of what all is really actually bothering me and making such a pathetic human being. And I will deal with some of the stuff in detail. I've got now, this familial extremely high cholesterol, which cannot be treated. You know that I had the 2 heart attacks in the heart condition, which cannot be treated. And with the cholesterol problem, I am just a very high heart risk walking around every day. That led to post-traumatic stress disorder, which is a very difficult thing to deal with. You must have gone through a life-threatening event. I don't know if some people are extremely lucky and they actually come out of it on the other side with absolutely no fear, no long-lasting traumatic side effects. I'm not one of them. I have got PTSD. Then I've got Barlow syndrome, which is mitral valve prolapse. I will do that together with Meniere syndrome because it's short in a separate video. Then I've got the fibromyalgia, which to me goes hand in hand with ME/CFS, which is myalgia encephalitis, chronic fatigue syndrome. It seems like some people can have only fibromyalgia, but I think most people that have chronic fatigue syndrome also struggles with fibromyalgia. I am building up to get to, which will probably be more than one video on chronic fatigue syndrome. Then there is a huge link between medicine, drug-induced hypersensitivity syndrome. I'm adding the medicine to it. I think otherwise the people might interpret it as drug use, and the Epstein-Barr virus. And there's also a huge link between chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, and the Epstein-Barr virus. So I think that somewhere along the line, I must have had a very serious EBV infection, and I'm just one of those unfortunate people whose immune system reacted different to EBV, and that it's just staying in my system and reactivate itself on occasion when it's triggered by whatever it is triggered. And then I've got the vasovagal syncope, which basically leaves you with problems fainting. You faint easily, and the minute that something, the vasovagal nerve picks up that something is not quite right, there's an infection coming or an illness coming, then that fainting spell gets triggered in the neck. Not many people actually watched the video on drug hypersensitivity syndrome. I should actually just check this. Oh, I made some. I didn't actually make some changes. I just said I'm going to check the mic that it's working. I did another whole video recording with absolutely no sound. I don't know what was the setting that he changed. I can't work like that. So now I fiddle. I don't know. I don't know what he did, and I'm definitely not going to drive all the way back to the mall to have this fixed. So now my recording time is only 7 minutes and 32. This is just complete and total madness. So it's now the third time that I'm saying the same things over and over again, and I'm now really fed up. I can't even remember where I to put the same amount of energy into something that you've now said 3 times over. It's just in any case, let me just calm myself down. It was flippin' expensive. It was 650 rand for that little gadget, and I already took myself back to the mall, and now this. I don't have the patience for things like this. I just get very irritable and very impatient, very impatient. In any case, so I noticed that nobody really watched. Very few people watched my video on medicine, drug hypersensitivity syndrome, and there was one lady that actually left a comment. I don't know why the people that watch my videos don't leave comments, but there was one lady that left a comment, and she said that she's also struggling with side effects, and that she has now decided to take the holistic approach, the more natural remedies. And I don't even know if I've discussed that because I know I discussed it in the first video that I did this morning, which was just absolute silence. I don't know if I've now actually mentioned this in this video. And so I actually realized that there's a lot of people that's actually suffering with side effects, bad side effects from medicine. I know myself, I know my mother, I know my older sister has some issues. I definitely know that my hairdresser has some serious issues. She's also taking the holistic approach. So maybe that's something that the pharmaceutical companies should look in, and that is the side effects of what they put into the medicine, because it doesn't help that you've got these tablets out in the market and a huge portion of the population cannot take the tablets to treat what it's supposed to be treating, because they have these terrible, horrible side effects that actually robs them of a good quality of life. Hi, people. I'm not even going to try to be pleasant because I am so upset. I'm going to just leave that other video just as it is so that you can see true and honest irritation and frustration. I'm going to post it like that, and then I will post this video at the same time, which is a continuation of that one. Oh, YouTube said that you mustn't have part ones and part twos because people will lose interest. The minute that there's a part one and a part two, you have lost your audience. But this is not a part one and a part two. This is a video that was supposed to be a 1 hour video completed before 8 o'clock this morning. It is now 1:30 in the afternoon, and I'm still struggling to get this video done. What I'm going to say will be the third time that I am going to try and say it, because my other videos with a fancy microphone that I bought gave me no audio. It was silence. So I went back to the mall. I went back to the mall after I actually Googled this little microphone and transmitter. And then I saw that Take a Lot was 349 Rand for the same thing that they ask 650 Rand for. And then he wants to tell me that there are different iPhones and different phones and they all have different prices to it. Is there idiot written on my forehead, people? I think idiot is standing here on my forehead. Really. I am sick and tired of people taking advantage of me. I am sick and tired of being run in by people financially. I'm one of those people that will go to the shop. Now I will want to buy a new vacuum cleaner or a new kettle. And then I think I'm going to take the box in the back because that box would not have been handled by everybody. And then when I come home, that will be the kettle that would not work at all. That would be a faulty kettle that I would have to take back and then have the same issues that I had with this little transmitter and microphone. I don't know what is it with me in life. I've said to Roland yesterday or the day before yesterday, nothing in my life ever works out. Nothing can just ever go smoothly. Everything that I try in my life to make money with, business wise, will always turn out a flop. It will always turn out a disaster. It will always become a mountain to climb, a mission, like this flippin' YouTube channel that I'm now trying to get going here. It is going so slow. It is going at a snail's pace. YouTube is not pushing my videos. I'm not following the recipe. I don't have the right thumbnails. My thumbnails aren't fitting into the cookie press that we are now all being told how a thumbnail should look. Because if your thumbnail doesn't look like that, then your video 52 seconds of videoing time. The whole day I've been trying to video. My time that I can video is becoming less and less and less. And now I have 52 seconds of video recording because it just cuts off. I've got nothing more to say for myself. I'm going to get up, going to go to my room, I'm going to get into other clothes, and I'm going to call this a day. I don't even know if I'm going to make another video because this is just too much for me. Really, this is just absolutely too much. Hello? Hi?
Again, just stay here. Just stay here. Just stay here. Just stay here.
Hi, I'm giving you the performance of my life.